Welcome back to school in the new normal. A lot of things are different now than they have been before. However, our commitment as our teachers remains the same. That is, to teach the eager young minds of today. And that includes you. Welcome to Grade 7 English class. My name is Mrs. Maryjoy Fulay, and I will be your English teacher. But to start with, take a look at your school. You can see it virtually because we're not allowed to see each other face to face right now. However, when the pandemic is over, feel free to visit and roam around your school. This is quite big, and you need your energy to sustain the day in roaming around the two campuses of Camarines International High School. As I've said, you should enjoy learning and love getting things done in order to grasp many things in this subject. Just for your information, here in our English class, we will have two modes of learning. The first one is synchronous and the second one is asynchronous. By the way, we will meet Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. and that's twice a week. So we can have synchronous on Tuesday and asynchronous on Thursday. It depends. What's the difference between the two? Synchronous is the real-time face-to-face video conferencing using platforms like Google Meet. So you will see your teacher, and at the same time, you can interact with your teacher. It's live, it's real time. However, asynchronous it is without video conferencing. You can access materials anytime, anywhere, and you can submit that on the date the teacher tells you. It is to practice you for independent learning because that's the goal of online learning. To train you to learn independently, to submit things on time, and of course with the supervision and monitoring of the teacher. So you can actually send materials, your outputs, you can turn it in on a specific time. You can read the lessons or activities given by the teachers and submit what are asked of you. So those are the differences between synchronous and asynchronous. I hope it's clear to you. Again, we have two modes of learning, synchronous and asynchronous. This time, let us discuss our classroom rules or policies. So to shorten the very lengthy rules we might have, we will just discuss #partner. PARTNER. #partners. P. Let's always be prepared. When you're prepared, it means you are on time. You prepare at least 15 minutes before the time, before your teacher logs in. You should have prepared everything that you need. And of course, part of being prepared is being updated. Feel free to check our Facebook group for updates and for the links. That Facebook group will be my platform of informing you of the things that you need to know. But everything about our discussion will happen in our Google Classroom, and our meeting will happen using Google Meet. Again, do not take screenshots without permission. Do not grab pictures that is not yours. Do not upload them on social media. Feel free to ask permission if you want to get something. But please, when attending online class, do not go to sites that are not allowed of you to access. We also have be alert. And for me, that is being responsive. When you're asked, you respond, you answer, especially when you're given tasks online. Submit that on time and Please refrain from asking extensions too much. We can be considerate, however, just enough. Because you are not just the only student that we have a lot. So that's being considerate and that's being respectful in a way. Be respectful. When you respect people, you will also be respected. You need to know the value of respect because that is needed. And SPA students are expected to be respectful all the time. That is one characteristic that you should possess in order to thrive in your specializations and in order to achieve higher goals. It starts with the respect that you give yourself. When you respect yourself, you can't fool yourself. You don't cheat. You can fool the world, but you can't fool yourself. So, respect your teacher by not cheating, by doing your best in this class, and by manifesting the true values a high schoolano and high schoolana should have. Again, we have be respectful. Part of that is behaving properly during our online virtual video conferencing or online meeting. And also, you show respect in our Google Classroom interactions. So there you will communicate using your Gmails and you observe netiquette. I will not elaborate what netiquette is, but what's important is you know how to respect people by being nice in your interactions, by at least giving greetings, by greeting your teachers and your classmates, and by submitting on time. That's part of being respectful for me. If you respect other people's time, you will also be respected. And then you should give an honest feedback. Then we have take part in a discussion. When a teacher in the synchronous mode is discussing, feel free to raise your hand using the emoji available in the Google Meet, or you can post questions in the chat. Do not interrupt the teacher. If you have questions, again, you raise your hand or you send that in the chat box. When you take part in the discussion, that's something that will give you avenue for learning. Again, you need to participate in order to gain high grades because performance matters. We will grade you for your performance because we have performance tasks to assess you. And you need to be active in a discussion. When you're called for the attendance, you open your camera and your audio so your teachers can see you. Then you can mute your microphone when the teacher is discussing to avoid noise. Then we have be nice. That means you avoid bullying. Bullying is not tolerated in my class. Whatever forms of bullying will not be tolerated, specifically cyberbullying. Let us respect everyone in our class because you are all unique and you all have everything to offer, just like your skills. You are multi-talented people. We will discuss things like this in order for you to remember. We establish rules so that you are guided. And that's part of being nice. If you keep this in your heart, you will remember these and you will refrain from doing things that will irritate your teacher and your classmates. Again, be nice all the time. We also have E, which stands for enjoy learning. I want my students to enjoy learning because that is where they learn a lot. If they are pressured, they don't learn easily. But if they are having fun, learning is easily done. So just participate in my class and enjoy everything, including our synchronous meeting. I can randomly ask you to to open your camera so I can see you. So always be prepared. You can also enjoy learning by having notebooks with you, where you can take down notes of the things that I will give you or discuss. It's important that you don't just take screenshots, because when you write, the retention is higher and you will easily remember the lesson. So I require that you have at least a notebook for English class, so you can jot down notes of important details. And you can also enjoy by participating in the lessons with games. I usually give games to motivate students, and that's with grade. You need to participate so that you will have fun and you will learn. Our lessons are easy if you are in the mood to learn. Then we also have the last, read. #read. You know that English is speaking the language and writing things or whatever articles or letters, anything. We also have listening, viewing. We will discuss pieces of literature, and it's important that you read so you can answer questions. I can asynchronously give you materials to read or links to view, and your role is to savor every page or every slide or every moment in that, if it's a video, every episode, so that you can cope with the discussion. You need to read a lot. For further questions and inquiries, feel free to send message here, maryjoy.pulay@deped.gov.ph.